3 famous classical period composers you should know. Classicism was a philosophical and intellectual movement that emerged during the 17th century. As a prelude to the exaggerated and highly charged aesthetics of the baroque. The complex implausible forms were put aside and replaced by simpler forms, mostly inspired by Rome and Greece. Among the most outstanding events is the apogee of the French Revolution led by Napoleon Bonaparte during the year 1789. But it wasn't until Romanticism, 18th century, when it reached its highest peak. Within the social sphere, the bourgeoisie began to take shape in the different social strata, and those who enjoyed certain popularity within society had a place within this new elite. There was no precedent of how Greek and Roman music were conceived, completely discarding the artificial complexity of Baroque polyphony. Thus beginning the creation and study of classical harmony as it is known today. Franz Joseph Haydn. Franz Joseph Haydn, born in Rohrau, Austria in the year 1732, was the creator of the symphony and nicknamed the father of the string quartet. He made important contributions in musical forms such as the sonata. His musical training was given along with a relative in Hamburg. Once installed in Hamburg, he quickly learned to play the clave, violin, as well as being able to sing the tiple parts in the chorus of the Hamburg church. In 1740, after the visit of Georg von Reuter to the church, he was noticed as a chorister. He was later invited to audition for the choir of children in Vienna, in which he successfully entered and continued his composition studies. After reaching an age in which he struggled to achieve high-pitched tones, he was expelled. He then decided to become an independent musician and attained certain notoriety until he got the patronage of an aristocrat. His works, rather than exposing great motives, responded to the obedience to the musical form. His compositions were always monothematic and the dominant tone was similar to the opening. As a personal characteristic, it included runs in the classical style, something that was often found in the Baroque. Mozart. Mozart was the main pioneer of classicism, and it was his compositional genius that gave him the title of the greatest exponent of the time. His work encompasses all genres and musical forms of this period. Mozart was born in Salzburg in 1756, and was the son of a composer who instructed Mozart during his first years in the musical discipline. His first compositions date from his 7 years of age. He is also credited with the creation of opera buffa, from the creation of Bastien und Bastien. Mozart, in addition to being a genius composer, was also a virtuoso performer of the piano, and proficient in instruments such as violin and viola. Beethoven. Beethoven, like Mozart, is initiated into music by his father from an early age. Ludwig van Beethoven was born in Bonn, Germany in 1770. His repertoire includes works for piano, German Lai, orchestral, chamber, and sacred music. In one of his trips to Vienna in 1792, where he later decided to reside permanently, he studied composition with Joseph Haydn. His music, in the beginning, identified very well with the gallant style of the time. But after the historical events that took place in Europe during the revolutionary times, it became more epic and turbulent. His music served the latter as an example for Romanticism composers such as Brahms and others. Among the works of the 3 composers mentioned, there are common links that gave identity to musical classicism. The simple and gallant style was the one that prevailed during this period, responding mainly to artistic trends and the requirements of the new compositional trends.